I can actually just sit here and listen to the money fall down the chute and go to where it's supposed to go. And it's coming out pretty fast. Once those clumps of dirt pile up, lots of gold. We've got new stuff to play with today, so that means we can somehow make an even bigger mess. I'm honestly actually tempted to start an entire new file because I think it would be easier to make it all the way back to here than it would be to clean this mess up. But when do I ever do things the easy way? So let's take our $160,000 and use it to make the game cry. Looks like we have new and improved funnels, that way stuff stops bouncing over the edge. So let's stock up on a few of these right away. The key to my strategy is simple. Buy a bunch of parts and put it together somehow. Make the plan after you buy the crap. And then it looks like we have an all-in-one smelter. Smelt the ore right into bars, one-stop shop. We'll get one of those. The last thing seems to be David. Shard-powered device which duplicates dirt from nearby. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be used with the Goliath drills, that way I don't have to manually shovel for days of my life. We'll start with just a few of these because the game is really gonna cry if I add too many more things right now. Conveyors are now stored completely separately in their own shop. We have things like corners now, so I don't have to do anything stupid anymore. And they have railings so stuff doesn't fall off anymore. We'll set this stuff up later, one thing at a time. And was there always a road up there? I feel like there wasn't. Some of my crap managed to make it this far. I really want to find a way to smelt that. Is this a gold mining boat in any capacity? If Jurassic Park has taught me anything, there's now a T-Rex running around somewhere in the world. And it looks like there's a crafting system now. We can work our way up crafting different things until we make it all the way to a blunderbuss turns into tool bag. And I found the biggest power crystal I've ever seen before. I also want one of those. So we can add a workbench and use a screwdriver on it to create blueprints, to create items. But before we do that, we need 12 swords before we can get this guy. So as soon as I'm done trying to steal parts from the boat, we'll go back to gold mining. The thing I'm most excited about are these better funnels, which, as it turns out, automatically upgraded themselves when the game updated, and they're big enough for you to jump down. I somehow lost my harvester, but figured it was a nice morning for a walk. The new design will look something like that. Hopefully no more dirt getting clogged up here. And there's arrows on top now, so I actually know which way things go. Or if I screw that up, I can look extra stupid. Having all this crap laying everywhere sure makes it easy to put it all together. My plan for my new operation is the dirt is going to go up there like it used to, get mulched up, get processed into minerals here, drop down here, everything will get sorted and organized directly into bars. Which unfortunately means I need to go and buy more conveyors still. So instead of cleaning up my mess, I'm mostly just gonna kinda try and build around it. This is gonna be my new shop. I feel like the game is probably gonna perform a lot better too if I'm actually organizing things halfway for once. I'm gonna be smart-ish for once, and use windows as dividers. Am I being stupid? I'm looking for windows and I can't find windows. I did find an upgraded bed that probably does nothing at all, and my idiot's gotta earn better sleep if he wants it. I never noticed this until now. Pallet. I can move multiple items at once if I put them on the pallet, and I really like that. Or if and when I actually find windows, I think they're gone. So let's put this to the test. It actually works. Great. This is going to save me so much time. I think these will probably be enough to contain a lot of my stuff, so I'll stick to these over windows. Not like I really have a choice anyway. Now when I want to move stuff, I can at least stack it all on my pallet and carry it over all at once. Unless idiots dig grunts in disapproval, but smaller items might still fit. I'm sure I could break the game just with a pallet. I mean, I think that'll stop stuff from going over the edge. Another morning and I'm still nowhere near up and running yet. This is taking so long. On the plus side, it has been a ton of days and the game is still running fine, though I haven't fired up my factory yet. And now I've got to fit some of these under those, but that should work really nicely. I should not get any more spillage and I should just continually add to whatever kind of bar it is. I'm not sure how realistic this is, but I'm not sure I care. And now that I'm finally here, my smelter does not want to set up underneath. Alright, it just wanted a box to sit on. Now to just feed this disaster some power crystals and then we'll be ready to start. I sure hope I have enough of these lying around. Correction, I know I have enough lying around, it's just a matter of finding them. And as I look up at those power crystals, I notice we're missing some pipe that connects back to here. Don't worry, redesigning all this pipe should only take me like an extra hour. Managed to get power crystals and pipes all the way up to here, so this thing should be running at max capacity. Now to set up the drills, then we're good to start. Before we set up the drills, let's make sure this is gonna work. The conveyor seems to be going. Let's send a clump of dirt on its way and follow it along its journey. I will eventually set up some fences to help guide the dirt, but for right now I just want to start getting some materials into the box. And I want to see how the grinders work these days alongside my new funnels and everything. So far we've already got a jam up, but I think that's because stuff was already sitting in there. Yeah, there's a lot of dirt sitting on top of that I'm gonna have to carefully kind of pluck out of there, but once that's clear, I don't think we'll get any more jam ups ever. And I see a problem there. That conveyor might be backwards. I hope it is. The conveyor is definitely going the right way. Why doesn't it take the gold? I think I might have spotted the problem. So if I drop this here now. Yep, there we go. I put all of these backwards. Guess I'm gonna do a little redesign and point everything over to that side, despite the fact I really didn't want to do that. Alright, got everything turned around, so now it's gonna be going to the appropriate spot. So let's dump another big clump of dirt on and see where this one winds up. So far so good, and it sounds like it's all getting chewed up with a little piece sitting there still, but that's alright, and then it goes out and it's all getting sorted properly. Now as long as it's all landing in its pots down there, it should be smelted right away so it won't, cause any more lag. I assume it just sits in a pot and kind of does its thing until we're ready to pour it out, so I'm not going to do that yet because I want a big gold bar all at once. I think there's liquid down in those. That one looks blue. That one looks gold. Whoops, we landed in the gold, but it seems to be working great. Aside from the fact we're literally trapped in our factory. And that's not the first time this thing has outsmarted me. Well, let's throw a whole bunch of dirt onto that conveyor belt and see how much it can take. I would imagine quite a lot, and we'll add some railings at some point to give it even more, but for now, I'm just going to cram this thing with as much as I can find. And it even sounds like it's working great. We got our gems falling here and everything else getting smelted straight away. As per usual, we do have a small jam at the top, but I'm pretty sure a few other rocks will either bump that out of the way or they'll do nothing at all. I don't think I've ever actually had an operation that works this good. There's always been some big flaws along the way. I am seeing a little bit of power crystals building up there, which shouldn't be there. We should be down in the soup. I'm getting the feeling that by the end of this, I'm going to have a lot of money to work with. I just really hope the sorters are doing a good job of keeping everything nice and organized for me. And every time I've checked them, they've looked just fine. Since we've determined that me do good so far, I'm going to figure out how this dirt thing works. So I'm thinking that water goes in here, dirt probably goes in the top, then a shard goes in there. I'm not really sure where the dirt comes out of, unless it just straight up comes out of the pipe. And then if that's the case, how do we get the shard inside? Did I do it right? Okay, it definitely has a drill on the bottom, so it's going to drill the dirt automatically and spit it out here. At least I'm pretty sure of that. Maybe not. I'm really not sure how this thing works. I think if we do this, we can get the crystal in there. If it'll bounce down properly. So close. Is that in? Is that happy? It's glowing like it's happy, but I don't think that's actually in. Maybe we can just knock some of the dirt and it'll fall on in there. Well, let's just take it down to where we need it for starters and apply water to it and see how it behaves then. Alright, I finally got it figured out. You're going to need to set them up like this behind the Goliath drills, and then it's going to pump out dirt on this side, despite the fact this side's not really drilling into anything. But if I put this below my Goliath drills, I'll have non-stop dirt. So I need to figure out a way to design this now. And it seems fairly quick. It should be able to keep up with the Goliath drills. Every time I move that, it's going to take a minute and it's going to put the dirt right back. So now to just do, like 100 of those down my Goliath drills. This is going to be a lot of work in itself, but think about the result once we're done. Think of how much gold we're going to be finding, basically automatically. And the best part is we already have enough power crystals to do it. We've got tons of those. So I'm going to start at the far end and work my way backwards. Only to realize it probably can't be done this way, because I would have to put another dirt supply here. I can't do that because I need to plumb it this way. So for now, we'll do every other Goliath drill. Back to the shop for even more crap. Alright, got all the crap. Now it is to figure out how to put it together. And this pallet is absolutely going to be my best friend. So I'll probably also find a way to smelt that later on. It doesn't really like you dropping stuff when you're close to it, but if you stack it up high, you can pretty much stack it as high as you want. But let's not get too carried away yet. It's going to be hard to see where we're even going. Almost got the first one into place. As soon as I can get the crystal actually in there. One crystal inserted, a million more to go. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to work in the end. That's 2 of them. The worst part about this is going to grab a power crystal again and again and again. And that was the last one in. Managed to connect them all, so it's just a matter of giving water to them all and watching them work. And probably also repairing a lot of things, because that's going to be my full-time job now. So far that seems to be working pretty good. I'm going to shut off the drills that aren't in use. Or rather, turn on the ones that are going to be in use. And that looks something like that. They seem pretty happy so far. I think they're chewing through their dirt pretty quick, but we'll see how fast it gets restocked. There's a piece of dirt coming down the end, and they should be working their way down the line. There we go. I just saw that dirt just regenerate, so now we're going to get this, a continuous stream of dirt for as long as we want. All getting nicely shredded, going up the conveyor, turning into gold, which is getting smelted. This has to be the best operation I've had yet. As long as everything goes okay in the top end, and so far it sounds like it is. The dirt is getting broken up small enough that it goes in there without any issue at all. The game slows down considerably, but look at all the stuff pouring out the end. All getting nicely sorted and smelted for once, so the game shouldn't slow down too bad because there's not a bunch of gold flying around everywhere. And for the first time ever, I don't have to reshovel dirt every 4 minutes. I can actually just sit here and listen to the money fall down the chute and go to where it's supposed to go. And it's coming out pretty fast. Once those clumps of dirt pile up, lots of gold. And now I hardly even know what to do with myself. Definitely a shame my Goliath drills weren't spaced out a little more, because I could be finding twice as much gold pretty easily. Not that I need any more, but I always want more. That's Kinda neat. They're stacking themselves up for me. We've had our first jam up in quite a while. Actually, the first jam up since we started this. Though this thing down here might have broke, I suspect. My assumption was correct, because we don't get jam ups anymore because I'm a professional gold miner. So as soon as I do this, we should be spitting out all sorts of gold again. I really like this operation. It took a long time to set up, but I can just sit back and watch the gold trickle in. And it's not really much of a trickle these days. I should set up one of those thrones up here. That way I can just sit in it and watch me get richer and richer and richer. And for the first time ever, I'll actually be able to smelt a lot of this stuff to get the value out of it instead of just leaving it lying around everywhere. It is just a steady flow of gold behind me. I don't even want to turn to look at it because the frame rate's gonna drop. But I can certainly hear it flooding in. And none of the dirt even falls over the edge anymore. Like, I've got nothing to do. It took some time, but finally one of my drills broke, so I get to do something. Starting to get some leg. But the drills are still producing dirt. I might try and restart to see if it resets. It did not want to load back in, but the game feels better now. Might be getting close to seeing what this gold is worth because I just restarted the game and it's acting like this. I can't even move right now without flying across the map, but we get a pretty good stream of material coming in. In fact, it's pretty much just constantly this. This thing looks kind of like a Christmas tree. It's kind of neat how those all stack up. Yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a cleanup soon because this game is hardly running at all. And my computer probably wants a break. Which is kind of sad because we're going at a faster rate than ever, though the material sizes are slowing down. So I might need more energy bars down below. Right, let's shut everything down. Now I'll be able to hear myself again for the first time in forever. Though those things are self-powering, that's fine. And we can enjoy this up close for a second. But let's figure out, okay, we just click on it and it pours the material out to here. This is going to be a pretty big bar of energy. So when we put it in here where it can energize this thing for basically ever. Does the bar come out hot? No, it comes out cold, so we got to heat it up anyways. Now we need a gem of colossal size. This nice blue sapphire should do the trick. We can make new stuff now, and I'm confused. We're probably going to make swords. I think what it's saying is we need 3 bars to do that. I'm not really good at math, but okay, we can just split it into 3 bars. That's easy. A simple iron sword that should be pretty valuable because there should be quite a bit of iron in these. Now just a little touch of my magic hammer and kablamo. One very valuable sword. We'll find this a good home soon enough. We gotta play with the gold now. Pretty much the same deal. Saw it only in half so we get 2 gold bars. Combined with sapphire and boom, value. Alright, well, let's take this to the auction. I'm not gonna bring my bed because we're just gonna take the value for whatever we get today. I've already got too much money. I do see some green on the board, so it's a good day for swords. This one in particular is worth 72,000. We'll take that before it gets away. That's a lot of money for a simple iron sword. Not entirely sure how much gold we have here, but we'll find out the value right now. This is worth only 82,000. The sword is actually worth almost as much. I definitely didn't expect that, but I'd also like to point out I wasn't really mining gold for that long. It slowed the game down a lot because there was a lot going on. But the beauty of an operation like this is that I can basically do whatever I want and the gold will stay mining itself the entire time. An easy 155,000. So I could be building all those fun crafting recipes while mining crazy amounts of gold.